All right, let's talk about 2025. The digital world right now, it's chaotic, to say the least. But you know what? It's also jam-packed with opportunity. We're seeing these huge seismic shifts on social media, plus this absolute explosion of AI tools. So the big question is, how do you actually win in this environment? Well, that's what we're here to do. Let's break down the new playbook.
So here's what we've got on deck. We're going to start with the big picture, what I'm calling the Great Internet Reshuffle. Then we'll dive into the fun stuff, your new AI toolkit. But after that, we get to the real meat of it, what truly separates the winners from everyone else. And we'll wrap it all up by figuring out what's your next move.
First things first, let's just set the scene, because the digital battlefield, well, it looks completely different this year.
Yeah, this is the question on everybody's mind, right? For years, it felt like the social media hierarchy was pretty much set in stone. But 2025, it brought some major upsets that really changed the game. Okay, check this out. The really fascinating story here is the shakeup happening right below that top spot. I mean, Facebook is still Facebook, holding steady at number one. But look at the shuffle going on underneath. For the very first time, Instagram has surged to number two, and it decisively knocked TikTok down a peg. And meanwhile, X, formerly Twitter, is just continuing its slide, dropping all the way to number six. This chart just perfectly illustrates the sheer volatility of this market. I mean, Instagram had a monster year. At the same time, TikTok and X faced some serious headwinds. It's a huge signal that in this kind of environment, no position is safe. The fight for our attention is just more relentless than ever. So, with the ground shifting under our feet like this, how are businesses even trying to compete? Well, for a lot of them, the answer is a massive new arsenal of AI tools. It's a full-blown arms race. This is the new reality of creating content. You can take a tool like WriteSonic, pop in a simple idea, say resume writing tips, and boom, in less than 5 minutes, you have a full-blown 1,600-word article. Now, is it perfect? Of course not. You still need a human to go in there, clean up the keywords, and, check the facts. But as an accelerator, it's incredible.
And it's the exact same story with video. Now, just ignore the actual diagram on the slide for a sec and think about the concept. A tool like InVideo AI can take a simple text prompt and spit out an entire 1-minute explainer video, complete with a narrator and music. And if the AI picks some, cringeworthy stock clip, you can fix it with a simple drag and drop. Work that used to take hours, now we're talking seconds.
But here's the problem. With this flood of AI-generated content coming out, how do you manage it all without losing your mind? That's where platforms like Buffer AI step in. They basically create a single command center. You can go from brainstorming ideas to drafting the content, all the way to scheduling your posts and tracking how everything is performing, all from one dashboard. Okay, but here's where things get really interesting. Because while everyone is so focused on this AI arms race, the tools themselves, they aren't the real story, not even close. And that's the crucial point. Just having the latest AI-powered hammer doesn't mean you automatically know how to build a house. The real advantage, the thing that actually makes a difference, lies somewhere much deeper. So here's the secret weapon. It's a bit of an academic term, but stick with me. Big Data Analytics Capability, or BDAC for short. Now, forget the jargon for a second. The best way to think about it is like your organization's central nervous system. It's not just about having the technology. It's about having the skills and the management and the processes to use that tech to make genuinely smart, data-driven decisions. And this quote from a doctoral thesis this year just nails it. It's not about having a bunch of separate tools that don't talk to each other. Real efficiency, real power, comes from how all these little subsystems, your tech, your people, your data, are interconnected and work together. It's all about synergy. Okay, so how does this kind of abstract idea of capability actually translate into real-world results? Let's break down the framework that winners are using. Now, I know this model looks a little complex, but it gives us an incredibly powerful roadmap. Let me just walk you through it. See, on the far left, you've got that core big data analytics capability we were just talking about. That capability then flows through the middle part, which is basically your company's rules and processes, to ultimately drive sustainable business performance over on the far right. So think of it like a bridge that connects simply having data to actually using it to get results. And that capability on the left, it's built on 4 pillars that all have to work together. Technology is just one piece of the puzzle. You also need management that actually believes in and pushes for database decisions. You need people with the skills to look at the data and understand what it's saying. And you need a flexible infrastructure that lets it all connect and work seamlessly. So, all of this brings us to the final and most important takeaway. When you consider everything we've seen, what's the right question businesses should be asking themselves right now? For the past few years, the focus has been so tactical, right? It was always, what's the next shiny AI tool I should buy? But the strategic leaders, they're now asking a much bigger, much better question. They're asking, how do we build our organization's underlying data capability? The whole focus is shifting from just collecting tools to building a durable strategic intelligence that can't just be easily copied by a competitor. And really, that's the question I want to leave you with. In an age where these incredibly powerful tools are becoming cheap and basically accessible to everyone, the only advantage that will last is building a system, a true capability that can turn data into insight and insight into performance, long after today's hot new tools have become totally obsolete.